Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattletales from Tales from the Vector. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a collective or general reading, so some parts may or may not work for you. Take what works for you, leave the rest. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning this is the perfect time for you to be watching it if you are. And if it has been some time since I posted it, what was going on in your life back then? That might give you further clarity on what's going in your life in this current situation now. So we have the underlying energy from the deck is the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles, the Knights would work for the King and the Queen, delivering messages far and wide. These days, of course, these communications, these messages come in much quicker. It could be a letter, it could be a phone call, a text message, it could be a social media post, it could be papers coming in, something you see on the news, that kind of energy. And this Knight of Pentacles, there's four knights in the tarot, and this knight is the slowest moving of all the knights. His horse is actually at a standstill. And he represents the element of the pentacle. And pentacles in the tarot represent health, wealth, happiness, that kind of energy. So he is kind of trying to find his way. Which way should I go from here now? Like, I want to make sure I get there in the shortest amount of time. But this energy, even though it's slow, when he does deliver the message, it's usually a very accurate message. And it also could be, because the pentacles represent money as one form of health, wealth, happiness, and abundance on the third dimensional plane on Earth. The pentacle represents energy on the Earth. So this could be talking about something coming in that's like a legacy for wealth, or it could be like generational wealth, something about that. And then we have the Page of Wands coming in. So the Page of Wands is like a younger version of the Knight. The Page of Wands is his element is the element of fire, and he is admiring his wand. And this is all about his passion. And so the Page of Wands, the pages would work in the court for the King and Queen in the palace. And they generally would be starting to work there from the age of 7 to 14, and they would probably be from the higher society individuals in the area. And if they did a good job and they wanted, and they had enough money to buy a horse when they were 21, they might be considered for knighthood. So at this age, though, what they're doing is delivering messages within the palace walls. And so this is communication coming in, from people you know, not necessarily from people you don't. And so this is the energy coming in of, again, it could be a text message, it could be a phone call, a letter, it could be something you watch on the news, it could be a social media post. There's so many forms of communication now. And this energy is representing the communication coming in as something that you have passion for. It is regarding, it could be travel, like regarding travel plans or something like that, because the Page of Wands loves to travel and visit life's mysteries. Then this energy also loves knowledge for the sake of it. So it could be a scholarship coming in from a university or a college. It could be someone headhunting for someone on a team, like for a hockey team or a football team or that kind of energy, or even in the arts, like, getting a role in a play or a role in a movie, that kind of energy. And we have fulfillment. So for a lot of people, fulfillment is marriage, and the commitment of marriage. This card does represent marriage in the tarot, but it also can be it doesn't have to be romantic love. It could be representative of making a big commitment with a partnership in a business. The wands quite often represent entrepreneurship. Having the fire, the desire to, be your own boss and work on your own terms kind of energy. And so this is talking about that you have really done well and you're on the foothold of fulfillment, basically. You need to pass through that portal, and you need to be You know, basically it's saying you have the down payment for the castle, but now you have to make your mortgage payments, that kind of energy. Or you got married, but now you have to keep working at the marriage to keep it passionate and fulfilling. This energy is also talking about the 111 or 1111 portal, which is when you enter it, you'll know it. Because you'll just start noticing, hey, I looked at the clock and it was 11:11, and then all of a sudden you're compelled to look at the clock again and it's 1:11. And then you're like, oh, I gotta go pick up a package, and you look up the address and it's 111 11th Avenue, and you're like, oh, get in the car and you're driving along and someone cuts you off and swerves in front of you, and what is it? 111 late on their license plate. And so this energy is the universe's way of showing you synchronicity and communicating with you through synchronicity. And what the universe is saying is you have to get what you want, to manifest what you really want. You're manifesting at a very high level. Watch what your thoughts are. Make sure that you keep your thoughts focused on what you want, not on what you don't want. And you'll notice, hey, I was just thinking about something that was like negative. So then you can change your thought and like correct yourself in that way. It's a powerful way of manifesting. Oh, but look at this. Looks like this is about lovers. So this is clarifying it. This energy is talking about wanting to have fulfillment, having passion and wanting fulfillment, marriage, a commitment of marriage with a lover. And so this energy could have been a long time coming. Maybe you haven't felt this way before, or maybe it's just that you were waiting until you have some pentacles to buy the ring. I don't know, that kind of energy. This is talking about wanting to get to know someone better and you know, want to be with them and live out your life with them, basically. And then we have the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is looking at this energy. He's looking at this direction. It's almost like he's looking at the Page of Wands to say, did you get the message to them? I'm waiting for their answer. That's the kind of energy. So the King of Wands is considered one of the most sexy and charismatic of all the kings in the tarot. He is very charming, and he can be a bit of a player. He has a vision. He's a visionary, and that may cause his eyes to stray in matters of love. But he is, you know, so sometimes he's considered a bit of a player. But having said that, usually when he matures and settles down, when he's like, you know, 90, no. He's like, when he's ready, he's ready. That's the energy. But the salamanders and that lion on the back there, and there, it's also on the tunic here, that represents protection from fire. And the royal characters on the deck in the tarot have these salamanders representing that, because they are of the element of fire, they are protected from fire. But this energy is talking about, it was really weird. I noticed this in a reading I did a couple days ago, that if you look at this, it looks like there's two eyes and smoke coming out of here and out of the mouth, like that this is someone behind him, you know, causing smoke. And where there's smoke, there's fire, that kind of energy. And he's like ready to get up. So he might be, I think I smell some smoke in here. It's the kind of energy that I'm getting. It's kind of interesting. Because I didn't notice that before, but now every time I look at the card, that's what I see, is this face behind there. And, you know, that could be like a mustache almost, or the nostril, and then there's smoke coming out here. And where there is smoke, there usually is fire. And so this is talking about, you know, being always ready and moving forward, always kind of having that fire within, that kind of energy. This is someone who stays young for a long time because they're really interested in new things. Like, they're a visionary. They love to start projects for the sake of seeing if they can do it. And then once they do it, then they want to do another project that seems impossible. That's the basic energy of that king. And now this king is a King of Cups. So this could be the same two. These two could represent this one individual that's in both these energies. So the King of Wands, who is normally like very passionate, you know, he's the kind of guy you wouldn't kick out of bed for eating crackers. And he's the kind of guy that doesn't settle down early in life usually. because he's able to go out with who he wants to when he wants to. Generally, like this would be like someone who's the leading man in a movie, you know, the Mick Jagger energy, like that, like just a real front man, someone that can really grab the attention of people. And so the King of Cups is sitting on his throne, and he's in the middle of this water, and it's very emotional. He has very deep emotions, but he has learned to rein his emotions in, and he has mastered it. So he is the most emotionally available of all the kings, because he has put his energy into making sure that he can control that energy, and that if he is sitting there, and notice his right foot is slightly forward, and it's almost like getting ready, like he could get up in a moment's notice also. He has a cup of love to offer here, and but he knows that emotions are high regarding something right now, so he's waiting for the right moment. This is the troubled water here represents, like the rough water represents troubled emotions, or a lot of energy happening, a lot of chaos and drama, that kind of energy. So he's just sort of sitting back and waiting until the opportunity approaches, and then he plans to offer this cup of love. Now this could be the King of Wands surprised by the fact, hey, I think I've fallen in love. I don't know. I've always been like wanting to not get married or whatever, but I'm considering it. And he sends the Page of Wands to, have a message with this person, like to come. This is saying, would you like to go on a date, or would you like to marry me? That kind of energy. And the King of Cups is part of that energy. I feel like it could be two separate people that are looking at the same lover, that kind of energy. I don't quite yet know what the pentacle, there's the pentacle comes in. Okay. So the pentacle is also, this is a gift, like the aces are a gift from the universe, from God, saying, congratulations, you've stayed on your path. This is saying you followed your North Star. Your North Star is your path of life that you were designated to do when you came to Earth. And this is talking about staying on purpose and being rewarded in a large way for it. And this reward is in the form of pentacles. So it's about having a really good life on planet Earth now. So you may, this might be a major upgrade for you, and it's been a long time coming. This is saying, because you've stayed on your path, and because you've done a really good job, this is your reward. Now you're going to have the opportunity to live a more, I'm getting stable, because this is a very stable energy, but still like an exciting energy. You'll have the everything you need, the money to be able to travel and the adventure, but now you'll be able to do it with someone that you really get along with really well, and that shares the same interests as you, so you're on that adventure. And you deserve it. King of Wands and King of Cups. You're a star. You've been born to be a star. You've been born to shine. And you've put your energy into that. You are unique, your own unique individual, and you have stayed true to purpose. This is a pyramid I'm building, and this is the bottom part of the pyramid is talking about the tools that you have at your disposal at this time. So, you have a lot going on here. Like, you're not suffering. Having said that, perhaps you've been missing having that passionate love, like really thinking, I would love to actually be someone that I'm passionate about, that I also love at the same time, instead of loving someone that I'm not passionate about. And that, those two together make it really special, but separate, it's just it's just not quite enough. That's the energy. And then we have here the Queen of Swords coming in. It's interesting because the Queen's looking way over here. And was the page sent to the Queen to deliver this message. And the Queen, she's sitting on her throne, and she does have her left hand out, and she is talking, okay, I'm willing to receive. Having said that, she's been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, doesn't really, don't bother approaching me unless you are, standing in your truth, and that this is a real offer, or off with your head. She has clarity now, because she has had the life experience to be so. Quite often, this is someone who is divorced or separated. She's already done the marriage thing and has decided probably it's not for her. She's open to receiving love, but she's not holding her breath kind of energy. And she has her back to this energy. So I don't know if that means that she has not received the message yet, or if the message wasn't for her. We don't know that yet. Let's see what's next. There's a Tower. Okay, so the Tower is a reality check that comes in. So there's some sort of energy where this Queen of Swords has gone cold. And perhaps before it seemed like she was interested, but now she's like, I don't want to have anything to do with you kind of energy. What's this about? So let's see, what's it about? There's some sort of reality check that has come. And the Tower represents, the universe speaks to us, I said, like in synchronicities. And the universe may have been saying to you, hey, you might want to look into this energy here. And you're like, yeah, la, 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 la. And off doing your shift, right? And then the universe says, okay, here's the frying pan, whack. And you still don't get it. So then the universe says, okay, here's the 2x4 treatment. And all of a sudden the lightning strikes your tower and you're falling out of it. And the energy is like, one person is really shocked and the other one's not that shocked. So I feel like this reality check is something about the energy of these lovers here. And the Tower is sitting on the King of Cups. And on this reward for following the path. And there's the Queen of Swords. And she is the most likely to be divorced. So she could be divorced from the King of Cups. And maybe the King of Wands has his eye on her. That kind of energy, because these are more together. We will see. We will see. We have the Emperor now. So I feel this is clarifying that this is the same person. And because the Emperor embodies all four qualities of the kings. And so embodied in one person. So it's like he has all the energy that we described of the King of Wands. He also has all the energy of the King of Cups. He also is very intelligent, and he uses his mental intellect and his ability to use words really well and be very convincing as well as charming. And that's generally how he earns his living, by using words rather than doing laborious work. And like the Queen, like he understands that words have power, that words can also be used as weapons. And I feel like he also understands that this Queen of Swords that he's interested in, it has been through a tower, like has been through a real major something. And she may be like not ready yet, and that's why the King of Cups is just patiently waiting. Or this, it's that kind of energy. Now before, I would have thought, well, this could be two different kings vying for her attention. But now this is more, I feel, saying that it's the Emperor. This is two of the energies of the kings that he is made of. That he's aware this person has been hit by a tower and a reality check, and it's been a big one, and they need time to heal from it before. So he's waiting till the time is right, when the emotions calm down a little bit. Let's see. The Emperor is all about performance, so he has like an innate ability to be able to recognize when the time is right. Like if you approach someone at the wrong time with a deal, or a proposal, they might say no when if you ask them a couple months later, they would say yes. And he's very aware of that because he's all about performance. And then we have the Hangman. Yes, so this is talking about hanging from the tree of knowledge to gather knowledge, and then hanging upside down so you can gain a whole new perspective on something. And so then the light around the head, the aura lights up, and okay, eureka, I have an idea. I think this person might be ready now to accept my offer. And he might have sent this Page of Wands out to check into, hey, how is this energy doing? This could represent that kind of energy. And the Knight may be also looking into what happened here. And that's why this Knight is being very careful to get all his facts straight, so that when he comes back to the Emperor, he can say, this is what happened, da, 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 and I have proof of this and proof of that, and da, 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 da. He wants to know that this is, and that's the beauty of the Knight of Pentacles, is it could take him a long time to get shift done, but when he does get it done, it's done right. That's the energy. So the Emperor might be aware now is not the time to ask to go on a date with this queen, because she's got her back turned to this whole situation. And although she is facing in the same direction as this Knight of Pentacles, so, and she does have her hand out, so she's willing to hear the information from the Knight of Pentacles, or that kind of energy, but it better be right. And if one word is wrong, off with your head. And then we have the Three of Pentacles here. So these three are celebrating. And a lot of people take this as a card of celebration, but I feel that this is a more of a card of these three people celebrating something that maybe has nothing to do with you. I don't feel like you're one of these three people. These three people, none of them, they're toasting each other. None of them is looking at each other. They're looking at the cups. So they're not toasting each other. They're toasting something that's happened, something that they worked on, and now, hey, we got it done. That's what they're toasting. And the thing is, they're toasting with cups, and cups represent love. And that could be romantic love, as I said, or it could be, love of something you want to do or whatever. But these three here, the energy, when you toast someone and you don't look them in the eye, in many countries, and particularly in Europe, it means 7 years bad luck in your love life. So who wants that? That's not like a real happy. This to me is more like gossip, slander, people interfering in other people's love life. So I feel like this energy may be not wanting these two to get together and have this marriage. That's the energy I'm feeling. And maybe they've done something that has caused the queen to turn the emperor down, kind of energy. And they're kind of ha ha ha. And yeah, left this situation out in the cold. So this energy is talking about being left out in the cold. So this is talking about these are the tools you have, and these are the obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to overcome your cold nature now, and you have to understand what happened with this reality check, and you have to be open to what the emperor has to say, and be enlightened from it. And then this energy is this is an obstacle, because these people want you to be left out in the cold. That's the energy. And there's 5 pentacles here instead of 10. 10 is the most pentacles that you could have. And it's sitting right on the message from the Page of Wands. So maybe they heard about this, right? They're sitting on the lovers and the marriage and being left out in the cold so that you don't get this energy. Gossiping, slander, saying, maybe making it so that the emperor doesn't make his move. He doesn't send the offer because he's hearing like, oh, maybe the Knight of Pentacles comes back to him and says, oh, they don't have much good to say about her in their hometown. And so the emperor is, oh, okay, I would have thought differently. So that changes maybe his view on that, and it changes the world. Like, it's like, okay, that's the end of that cycle, because I'm not this many people saying this about one individual. It must be true. And that's not the impression I got, but I'm glad that I looked into it and moved on with his life. It's back in a totally different world. That's the energy I'm picking up. Now he's like the King of Swords. And so he's using his sword to cut through the truth. And I feel like at first he believed that this was true, but now he's like looking into it. This again represents someone that could be like, they're using their words as, you can use words as weapons, and you also can, cut through a lot of bullshit with your sword. That's the kind of energy. Sometimes this represents a lawyer or an expert you go to, someone to investigate things. Like this can represent like high level law enforcement kind of energy, judges, lawyers, prosecutors, that kind of energy. And so it's talking about investigators, like detectives, that kind of energy, getting to the bottom of things and cutting through the red tape and understanding, okay, what happened here? And so that may be after he heard this information, he decided, okay, I'm not going to send this offer, but I am going to look into what happened. And he's looking into this pentacle energy about this queen. So he's looking at this. I feel that this queen is representing the queen how she is now. This is her before. And she had, the Queen of Pentacles is, of course, she has a lot of pentacles. And so she's got health, wealth, happiness, and she's known for being very resourceful and being able to really make something out of nothing. And she's also known to be, quality over quantity. She's not like flashy with her money, that kind of energy. She really enjoys building things and finding solutions for problems, and not necessarily always doing it in a logical way. She has her own way of doing things, and she's able, like, she's the type of person that can take a situation that looks like purchase a property and it doesn't look like anything, and then she doesn't even put that much money into it, but she puts her time and energy into it, and then all of a sudden it's starting to look really good, that kind of energy. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is talking about the energy of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. So there could be some legalities here. This is what you say when you're swearing on a Bible in a court of law. And this energy here represents that there could be some sort of energy around a court of law, as well as the Emperor. So it does represent justice regarding the truth. And so we have the King of Wands and the King of Cups under the Emperor here. And the truth seems to be about this energy of the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, and possibly this reality check and shedding light. What really happened here? That's what the Emperor wants to know. And then we have, and so now we're back to this place where are these two separate again? Like, or is this part of the Emperor? Now we have, okay, so this is about you having to dig really deep and face your fears. That's what the lion represents. The lion represents, this young woman is reaching deep into the lion's mouth, and that would be very dangerous. It's a full-grown male lion, but it is being submissive and has its tail tucked under, because this is representing her fears, and this could be fears that she's held since she was a young child. So this is talking about, this could be this energy here. And so she has had to be very determined to face her fears and be able to move forward despite everything that's happened. She has an infinity symbol over her head. She realizes that if she can face her fears and figure out what is holding her back, and generally that's the subconscious mind, and face those fears, that perhaps she will be able to move forward in a stronger way and receive like this pentacle, and get her pentacles back, basically. That's it. Like, this is about staying on that path to get the pentacles. And so this energy could be about the Queen of Pentacles and her journey in this, and then also the King of Wands, King of Cups, Emperor energy, and King of Swords. Then, like, that could be all of them and wrapped into one. And this energy is talking about both of them being on a similar journey, like, but in nowhere near each other. Like, they don't really know each other, or if they do know each other, they just know of each other, kind of energy. And so this is talking about the Queen wanting, she wants to have clarity in her thoughts, and so does the King here. Usually if these two appear in the same reading together, they sometimes could be a married couple that's divorced or separated. And so that it just depends, you know, this is a general or collective reading, so you just have to take it the way that it works for you. This could be saying that there was a divorce and the truth is coming out about the divorce and the pentacles in the divorce, that kind of energy. That's why the queen is so cold over here. And this could be talking about, this queen of pentacles could be talking about being in that energy now. I feel like in just the way this is, because there's so many kings and queens, that it's talking about the emperor having all these qualities in one person. And perhaps this is the same energy coming from these two queens now. They're the same person, but it's talking about their journey to becoming an empress kind of energy. Because every time you face something and you learn something, I mean, you can always learn from the energies of other, you know, elements, etc. It makes you a better version of yourself, and it gets you closer to this energy and the fulfillment that you want. Because you can only attract what you are. Like, you have to be who you are before you can attract it. Like that energy, you can't be like in an energy of, you know, someone that is in this energy and expect to attract an emperor. It's not going to happen. This is the energy, well, it could happen, but like that would be like a fairy tale. And we never see the ending of that movie. It's always they're still in love and then we never see them again, that kind of energy. What was that energy of, with Richard Gere and I can never remember, Pretty Woman. Like, yeah, that doesn't happen that often. But I suppose it can, but it doesn't happen that often. So this is the energy of the high priestess, using the intuition as well as the logic. So she sits next to God on the throne, and this is actually representing the devil, and this is Jesus. So it's kind of that energy of the real extremes, getting neutral to the real extremes so that you can get neutral to everything that's happening in your life. When you become neutral to it, doesn't mean you're indifferent to it. It just means that, okay, now your emotions, like the king, you're not letting your emotions carry you away so that you don't do the logical thing or do, you know, you're able to use your logic and your intuition at the same time together to come to better understanding of the situation and move forward in the strongest way possible. And then there's a passion for new discovery. So mixing the truth with the whole truth required getting your intuition involved as well as your passion for discovery and having the strong logic here. Let's see what happens. Okay, now we have the Two of Pentacles coming, and this is talking about someone wanting to expand their horizons and saying, okay, I'm going to travel forth and I am going to look into this, or I am going to, this is the energy of someone who feels like there's more, like this can be a big fish in a small pond, but I feel like when you're the emperor, you can go where you want. So this is more like, maybe I'll go over there and I'll go and investigate it myself kind of energy. That's the energy I'm picking up. Like what, you know, like it's talking about wanting to understand what happened here. And we'll just keep going with it and see what this means. Okay, so this is actually taking the steps to do so. This is talking about your ship sailing in and you're ready to go. And so you've decided, this energy is talking about, now this could be the Queen of Wands. This could be like, you know, any of these characters are now moving forward to get this fulfillment and this reward. And now look at, we have 3 rewards from the universe and from God. We have the Pentacles coming in, we have the truth coming in, and now we have a passion for discover more. Okay, I'm going to go there. I'm not going to send someone. I'm going to go and do it myself. That's the energy. That's kind of emperor energy. And you'll notice here, this looks like sand, but it's not. It's not a desert. It's actually water, but the sun is shining on it. So it's very golden, and there's ships on there sailing by, and it's kind of saying, you know, I'm going to hop on one of those ships, and I'm going to go and look into this myself in person. That's the energy. And this, now we have the Queen of Wands. And so the Queen of Wands represents someone who is a natural beauty, very sexy. She matches the energy of the King of Wands, and she is has that desire for passion and creativity, and the energy is she has a sunflower, so she has a sunny disposition. She uses her intuition and her logic, and to be able to get to the intuition and logic here, to be able to find creative solutions to problems. She doesn't get herself all wrapped up in emotions. She's kind of got that handled also. I feel like this is like the journey of the Queen of Pentacles, and the turning, having all the qualities of the four queens and moving into this energy that's really attracting the Emperor. Because the Emperor now has shown us, like, he is an emperor already. And we know he's an emperor because he says, I'm an emperor. And he is using his qualities of being, the top energy of the King of Cups, the King of Wands, and the King of Swords. So the only one that's missing now is the King of Pentacles. And we're assuming because he is an emperor, he probably does have pentacles, but we don't see where they are or what they're about yet, that too much. And then with the Queen of Pentacles, she's the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, so she has the intellect, she has the pentacles, and she has the energy now. It's saying she's sexy and she's a natural beauty, and she's someone that the Emperor could be passionate about. And this veil behind there is representing the ability to be able to use her intuition and her logic. It's the veil between the spiritual and the 3D. And then we have the energy of the 7 cups. So this is talking about a lot of opportunities here. There's a lot of cups here, a lot of choices that can be made. I feel like this queen has, she is very desirable and has, she could choose what she wants and who she wants, basically. And perhaps that's why the Emperor is like, okay, I better go in person, that kind of energy. And yeah, look at that, because perhaps she ignored his first offer because she had her back turned to it. And she was like, I'm not like interested in an offer presented to me in that fashion. So you're going to have to do better than that. This is talking about having this card. I mean, it looks really scary and sad, like someone's been stabbed in the heart, 3 times with swords. But when you look, you realize, hey, that heart is really big and the swords are small. And it's talking about using the wrong words or the wrong approach kind of energy is what I'm getting. And also, I feel like this queen has been dealing with this energy here, and that's why she is this way now. And so she's not going to she doesn't trust people like she used to, maybe when she was more like this kind of energy. And so this is talking about that there, she may have some heartbreak still over a situation, and might not be open to love at this time. That could be it. This also sometimes can represent the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind all coming together and being congruent with your heart's desires. And so maybe she's melting a little here. Maybe the sun is melting the snow a bit, and she's like, okay, I'll warm up a little. And this is talking there about, again, this is the this energy here, what I just said. It's talking about the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind. So the subconscious, the thoughts that you have when you're a child that are not really yours. The conscious thoughts are the unconscious thoughts, which is your soul's desires. So this is like an energy of my soul is craving this energy of this person kind of energy. And then the conscious thoughts of what you do know and what what you've learned from your own investigation in the 3D kind of energy. But when all 3 of those become congruent with each other, then you are able to go after your heart's desires. And every time that you have a better understanding, you become a better version of yourself, and you raise your vibration some more. It's that energy. So now there's the cup of love coming in. So this is a message, a proper message of a knight of cups coming in, dressed up, ready to go. His horse is obedient. And is this the first, like we have this horse at a standstill at the beginning, like defining the reading. This is a long time coming in. This horse has been waiting and waiting. Which direction do you want to go? Oh, Knight of mine. And finally the Knight of Cups is saying, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this myself and I'm going to do it properly kind of energy. And it's interesting because we do have on the 17th of February is the Chinese New Year, and we're entering into the year of the fiery horse. And so that energy, all of a sudden we have a horse coming in here as this energy is moving into being an Empress energy. Very interesting. And so the only king that hasn't shown up so far is the King of Pentacles, and the only queen that hasn't showed up is the Queen of Cups. So is she going to accept his offer? That's the energy. And it's about give or take. You better plant the seeds and then see how it goes. It's like, this is talking about planting the seeds. And here we have the Pentacles represented here. So this is talking about don't rush into anything. There's no need to rush into anything. If this is correct and like you feel this is your emperor and they feel you are the empress, you don't actually have to be one in tarot. It's talking about an archetype, right? And remember, the queens can actually be a male in their feminine energy as well as a female in their feminine. And the kings can also be male in their masculine energy or a female in their masculine energy. But this is saying, okay, you've sowed the seeds for this to happen, the direction you want it to go in. And you have to know, okay, how much time, energy are you going to invest in something? You plant the seeds and then you reap the harvest of that. This is saying you don't need to rush in. If this is supposed to be, it will be. And so this is like the first step. So we'll see. We'll clarify this some more. I'm curious to see like what happens after all of this poor horse is like, would this guy would he get his shift together and let's go somewhere, make a decision. It's kind of that energy when you're procrastinating and you're having a board meeting with yourself and everybody around you is bored because of it. Get on with it already. You don't have to have a board meeting with yourself for every small decision. Well, but this is a bigger one, but still. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands here. And so this is talking about this is the past moving up and back down again. So there's some sort of passion for sure here. And it's about someone who's been left out in the cold. Or they turned this offer down. And so it's been left out in the cold. So it's just like, okay, that's done. I'm going to move forward though. And then deciding, okay, I'm going to look into this some more. And then go there myself and do it personally and see. I'm going to check this energy out. And I'm going to see what the give and take is here. Who has been taking and who's been giving and what's been going on here really. And then this is talking about, I feel this is talking about the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind coming together. And that could be for both of these people. And it's talking about when that happens that you can go after your heart's desires with ease because your mind is disciplined and wanting to do it. And it's in alignment with your heart's desires. And it's talking about being able to use your intuition and also really doing some work on your inner child so that you kind of recognize where your deepest fears are regarding relationships. Because if you've been through it, then like the Queen of Cups, she still has some healing to do. So here, like in the second row, she's not ready, and certainly not to accept this offer. She's got her back to it, and she's like, okay, I need some time here. And then this is talking about it's kind of like talking about when you're in a couple and you're in a relationship like that where it's an emperor and an empress and there's all this energy that you each are your star in your own right, and it's about being balanced within yourself so that you can, you don't need the other person to balance you. You just want them in your life to add some more fun to it or more adventure to it. It's not about you have to seek that person out because you need them. That kind of energy. That's like kind of energy. Like when you get to this point, it's kind of like been there, done that, have the t-shirt kind of energy. And so I'm going to clarify this. If you are enjoying this little story we have going on here, please do give it a like and a comment. And that really helps me build my channel. I really appreciate it. Also, I'm going to clarify this with my oracle, Tales from the Vector. And this is, I'm just tuning into this energy as I speak with you here. This is what I started back in 2007. I completed 64 cards by 2020. And now I'm bringing it out. I want to bring the oracle out, and I'm working on the information for the book that goes with it. In the description box below here, I will have the cards in the order that they appear here with the numbers. And those numbers represent the paintings in my gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. So if you want, you can check it out later, and you'll know which paintings to look for, because I'll list them down below. And so let's see here. What is this about? Are those all kings? Is there that many kings and queens in this story? I don't think so. I think this is about an emperor and empress in the making. The emperor already feels he's an emperor, but we're missing the king of pentacles. So maybe he has everything but the pentacles, and the queen has the pentacles, but she has everything but the love. That could be. That could be. Then they could belt. Whoop, there we go. This is the energy that wants to come out. Okay, so this is talking about having intention. So the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So you want to make sure that, like again, the wording is correct or whatever, and understanding the timing. And I think the emperor knew that when this was turned down. Okay, this person is not ready for this right now. This is talking about having anger. So it's talking about, like, some people get angry when they're turned down. I don't get that energy. The King of Cups, if they're betrayed, they can be the ones that hold the grudge the most. But I feel like this is more about the anger needing to be healed from whatever situation this was. And it just hasn't happened yet. She's not ready yet. And so just the emperor he's like, oh, I'm good, I'll wait. And then the High Priestess is again being represented here about this fulfillment and having this lover, that you're going to have to use your intuition, and that's clarified again up here. We have the transition here. So the Death card represents the transition, I feel, from the energy. If 2025 was a 9-year, 2 + 2 + 5 = 9. So we didn't just move from 1 year into another year on January 1st. We moved in from one decade-long cycle into a new decade-long cycle, because 2 + 2 + 6 = 10, and that breaks down to 1. So it's talking about leaving, like, the end of a 10-year cycle, basically, and then moving into a brand new 10-year cycle. So it's not just, we didn't just move from 1 year into another, and I feel like a lot of people are feeling that. As I'm doing this reading, there's a new moon in Capricorn. So that energy is also about, and Capricorn wants to build, and like, let's climb a mountain and let's bring it down to earth, you know, that kind of energy. We have Judgment, and this is coming from the Cosmic Heart. So this is talking again that the energy here, the universe is giving these gifts because they want this energy to come together. They feel it's a good match, and there is maybe something that they could do together that would be super awesome for the universe and the world, kind of energy. That was what the destiny was for. We have the Shooting Star. And so I remember I told you that this is the the tools that you have, and the best tool that you have in your belt is having a good attitude, because you can wish upon a star, but if you just sit there and you're like, hey, nothing's happening, yeah, probably not. You might need to make something happen, right? That kind of energy. And then we have the Guiding Star. So the Guiding Star is actually the star that guided the 3 wise men to Jesus when he was born in the stable, that kind of energy. This is like the North Star following, and it's sitting right on here. You know, if you stay on your destined path, wishes, if you're wishing for something, it means you don't have it. So you need to put some of your own energy into it. Like, if you want to have a bright future and be a star, then you have to put some energy into it. That's what it's saying. And have a good attitude while you're doing it. And then we have the Taurus energy. And so the Taurus energy is, is the Taurus is the second sign, and it's the Pentacles. That's the Pentacles energy. And this is like a toddler energy. And you know how adorable toddlers are. They're so sweet and lovely, and then they're so not. They can throw a temper tantrum. And it's talking about that give and take and having to learn that. I feel like possibly the Queen wasn't always this way. She didn't start off this way, but she became this way because possibly she gave too much of her energy to the wrong people, and they left her out in the cold. That's the kind of energy that I'm picking up. And I just want to make a point here that if I'm bringing out any horoscope signs, I'm talking about this person was a Taurus and that one was a Capricorn or whatever. This one was a Pisces. What I'm talking about is this energy is the state of being of that zodiac sign. What is the energy that they bring to the planet that when they're in a strong state of being, and what are the pitfalls of that energy if it's in a negative or a weak state. And so this is talking about Venus, like Taurus energy is about love, and I feel like there was some imbalance of give and take here in the energy. That often comes from childhood where someone doesn't feel they're enough, like that they're not enough, and no matter what they do, it's not enough. That energy, not being enough, and not being able to expect more than or having expectations that just because you're giving something to someone that they are also feeling the same way, not understanding those romantic emotional cues sometimes. And this is about the healing that we need to do on our shadow side so that we understand, oh, that's what the weakness was, so that we don't fall into, we want to learn from everything rather than just repeating the same old mistake over and over again with different people. And then we have the karmic space of abuse of power. So abuse of power, I mean, that's so easy to happen. What do they say? Absolute power absolutely corrupts. And the thing is about power, I mean, we have power, over small things like in our life, and we can mess those up. So if you have someone who really has like the emperor, and you have a lot of power and you abuse it, it's a real disaster for the world. Like, it's not a good thing. And if that energy is, okay, you really do everything in your power to make the world a better place, it's a very wonderful thing. And so this energy is sitting on here on being the indifference. So we're all in it together. No, I don't think these people were really had their best interests at heart for the queen energy or the empress to be energy in this. And we have the Pisces energy coming in. So this is about sink or swim. So this is sitting right on this energy. Are you going to stay a small fish in a small pond here? Or in a fishbowl? That's what that energy kind of reminds me of here. Or are you going to step out and really be who you can be and be an authority of yourself and really take control of going after what you want, like the Emperor does. The Emperor is about performance. We have Mother's Worry here, which is one of the major accomplices for weakening a situation. So Mother's Worry, this card's been coming up a lot, and I do feel that in many ways it's talking about the energy on, like, a lot of people refer to the earth as Mother Earth, and I do feel that this is talking about a lot of people are really triggered right now by what's happening on the earth. I mean, you turn on the news and it's like, okay, I'll do it for 5 minutes just so I understand what's going on in the world. And because it quite often will come up in my readings. If it's happening at the highest levels, you can be assured that it is happening at the lower levels, like trickling down. It affects everybody's life. That's why when you're an emperor and you have that kind of power, when it's abused, it's not good. It's not a good scenario at all. And then we have the battle star. And so the battle star is about having the courage, and that's sitting right here on the strength card. Having the courage to really face yourself and look at your shadow side and say, okay, what was my part in this? What can I do different? How can I change? And it's also about being able to breathe. And you know, people, like, a lot of times people will say, hey, chill out, breathe. You know, and you're like, I am freaking breathing. Can't you see? I wouldn't be alive if I wasn't breathing. But they're like, no, like what they mean is you're breathing shallow, and you need to take a good breath and really sit back and calm yourself down, because when we are in an anxious state, we quite often will be in an energy where we're not breathing, we're not taking that air in all the way, and we're not getting the oxygen required to calm our nervous system down. And we have the star, again, repeating here. And that star is repeating on this energy of, you know, following your heart's desires. Every time you have a battle within yourself or with others, and you win that battle, so like, and how you win it is because you come out of it a better version of who you were before, not because, you know, you massacre everybody or anything like that. So this is again talking about coming to the planet and, you know, understanding that every single person has their own special quality, that they were brought to earth. There's only one you. And you may think, oh, like, you know, what can I do? Well, for one thing, what you can do is be the best version of you. If nothing else, you'll be one less problem that the universe has to deal with. And probably your children won't be as obnoxious either. Because you'll have put the effort into raising them in a way that they're not. And we have the temperance. Yes, it takes a lot of patience to be on the journey of your destined path, because usually it's a little bit more challenging than the average path. But it's not so much about ease of life as it's about really building that, you know, raising your vibration every time you come across a challenge. It makes you a better person. And also, this energy of temperance is kind of about this energy here. This is actually a Sagittarius trait, or it's represented by the Sagittarius energy. And most Sagittarians, like, you wouldn't say, oh, they're the most patient person in the world, but in some ways they are, because quite often they have a desire and a craving to be doing, to be on an adventure somewhere and learning something new, but they have the patience to stick around and, you know, slow their journey down a little bit so that they can share the information that they have before they move on. That's that kind of energy, and I feel like that's a special kind of, that's a devotion to your highest good, like to what you came on the planet to do, and it requires a lot of discipline. And then we have the energy of dissension. Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of you know, energy here, like it's just down this energy here of this here being left out in the cold, and that energy here, and then, you know, this energy, well, geez, now I gotta go there myself and do it myself kind of energy, because you can't get the correct. Dissension is divide and conquer energy instead of uniting people with your words. And so that's the energy around that. I think we'll leave it at that. I mean, true love, I guess, requires patience. That's the end of this reading, like that idea. Passion is one thing, and, you know, but having like a true devotion to your path and doing that with another person requires a certain amount of patience on both those people's part. And to get to the point where they can do that, I feel like it does require like being very close to, or being of Emperor and Empress energy, because if you're given a mission on Earth that's really important like that, like once you're at this, the Emperor is at that stage, how many people out there does he meet that has the same qualities that he has? Probably not that many, because most people, they take the easy way out at some point or another, because the path of staying on your devoted path that the universe puts you on and that God puts you on is very challenging. And It requires a lot of dedication. So anyway, I've enjoyed this reading. It's a nice, gentle energy compared to some of the readings I've had lately. So please do give it a like and comment if you've also enjoyed it. Consider subscribing to the channel if you resonate. It would be my honor if you did so. And I will be back tomorrow with another daily reading for you. Bye for now.